When building the microsites platform for LocalGov Drupal, we built this cool feature that allows us to have background colors on page sections and have padding on the top of them and spaces around things and things like that. An example is, say, this one here, where we say that we want this section here on the page to be 100% of the screen width. So no matter how wide the screen is, the background color will take up the full width of the screen. But we want the content section of it to be contained within the kind of content container here, like this. And then there's other options for, I want there to be a background color, but I want everything to be contained within this area. Or I want there to be a background color, but I want the content to come out to the edge of the screen. Things like that. What I think a lot of people don't realize is that we also made that feature available in LocalGov Drupal itself as a module. So I think most councils are currently using the default the default layout system that we have here in LocalGov Drupal. So if you come to your page builder on a subsite overview page, you get this page builder that we've always seen. So when you add a section, you choose flexible 1-column, 2-column, or 3-column layouts. But that doesn't give you the option for background colors or for any padding or spacing or adding extra options. So what I normally do when I install LocalGov Drupal initially to start working on is I actually don't particularly I don't find this layout system extensible enough for kind of the design needs we have within some of the council websites. So what I do is, number one, let's come to paragraph types here, and we've got one called page section. That's this one here. So that's what's currently being used for our layout system. So I edit this one here and I just call it page section simple. So that's going to be our default, our current layout system. After that, then I come to extend here and install a new module called LocalGov Paragraphs Layouts. LocalGov Paragraphs Layout. Maybe it's not that. What's it called? Maybe it's layouts. LocalGov Drupal Layouts. This module here. So this is a new module that came from the work we did on microsites. Now, once this is installed, then we can come to the subsite overview content type. And on the manage fields page here, we've got a field here for LocalGov subsites content. So I'm going to edit this. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to come back down here to my paragraph types now again. And we'll see now we've got another page section. So we've got page section that we renamed simple a minute ago. The reason I renamed that simple was because when I installed the other module, we had a new field or a new paragraph type called page section. So we end up wondering which one is which. So I'm going to call this one here page section advanced. And on my subsite overview page for the content field, I'm going to say that we can have the page section simple and the page section advanced. This doesn't say advanced yet. I need to refresh the page, as the two layout types for this content type. Now when we come back to our subsite overview and I refresh this page, if I want to add, so all of the old ones are still here, so we can still use these, but if I want to add a new section, I now get two options: page section advanced and page section simple. If I choose the advanced section here, we can have a 1-column, 2-column, or 3-column layout, but we can also then have these layout options here. How wide do you want this section to be? So I want it to be the full width of the screen, but the content contained in the center. I want a background color of accent or alt or light gray. So we'll go with accent for now. Now these might look a bit ugly just as the defaults, but you can put in whatever number of colors you want yourselves for that suit your own brand guideline. I want some padding on the top of it of medium and on the bottom of medium as well. And you can add extra options here as well. I'll show you in a second why you might add some extra options. So now we've got a 2-column layout here. We'll put some text into the left column and we'll put, let's say, a quote into the right column. And I'm going to add one more section as well, just under this. And this is going to be a one column layout. The width of this is we're going to say this is going to be the just the same width as the content area, and the background color is going to be the alt. And let's give it the largest padding at the top and largest padding on the bottom. And inside this section, I'll put, a text component and save. Okay, so now we get this item here where we see we got a full width background color, and we've got two columns. So we got text in one, we got a quote in the other, and we got a small bit of padding at the top, and a small bit of padding at the bottom. And below that, then we've also got one that's just as wide as the content area with a different color background and larger padding at the top, larger padding at the bottom. The reason I'd say you might want some extra options is because you might want to have a 2-column layout here followed by a 1-column layout, but not have this space in the middle. So you can add an extra field to your paragraph type. Where is that page section advanced? You could add a new field here, something like remove spacing between this layout and the following layout, and then some CSS to do that. That's kind of the fundamentals of it, really. I really like this approach, because I think this opens up a lot of potential for us, because you could start adding more options then for, I want to have even more padding at the top than just a small bit here, or the largest one here being this, or I want to have a negative margin between this container here and this container here, so that the yellow would actually come up slightly behind the blue here. These kind of design things we can do. You might want to have an arc or a gradient or a rainbow or whatever as part of a design pattern. So you could have some checkboxes to say add arc at the top or add arc at the bottom. And I would say then, or what I normally do then, is I usually just remove, in a greenfield site in a new project, I remove the old layout system and just go with this as our default. And the main reason I'm showing this is because I think a lot of developers and councils haven't realized that this is actually available inside your LocalGov Drupal website. It just needs to be switched on, and then developed whatever way you want to develop. Actually, one interesting thing as well is you can see there's no spacing between these two items, so you could add another checkbox for the amount of space I want between columns in this layout, and they could be things like small, medium, and large. So some might have a big lump of space, and some might have just very small, or some might have none. Anyway, there's lots of possibilities with this. I think this is it's a great feature that's underused or under known about.